Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shedding crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shedding crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shedding still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shed and crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue, through the silence and the roar. Still blue, even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shed and crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shed and crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chants, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shedding crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Reetz's run.
Yes, good people, big up to all of you. I appreciate you all finding the time to be with me again for another edition of Chelsea News Roundup Show. I do hope you're all doing well. I sincerely do mean that, and I appreciate you all. We are where we are today because of you. I couldn't have done it alone. So thank you. We're getting closer and closer to now. Okay, we've gotten to 27,000 subscribers now. We're aiming for 28, 30 before the transfer window shuts. But that's by the way. More importantly, thank you for joining me for another edition of Chelsea News Roundup Show, where we take a look at stuff that are out there with regards to Chelsea's transfer activity. Today we talk about reported the report that Chelsea did bid for Kenan Yildiz. We'll talk about Hato to Chelsea getting closer and closer. Simons, nothing new has emerged, but chances are, as the show progresses, something new will emerge. And be rest assured, if that happens, this will be one of the first places you'll hear about it. And then we'll talk about Garnacho. That one refused to go away. Talk about Raheem Sterling and a whole lot of other stuff out there. But that's by the way, without wasting much of your time, I want to say hello to you. I'm not seeing everything in the chat, and I'm not quite sure why that is the case. I'm seeing ties. Peter Murumbe Wambura, I'm not seeing your comment. I'm not sure why that is the case. Apologies. I'm going to try to read everything that I can. But Ty, big up to you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular evening. I do hope you're doing well. Without wasting much of your time, we will start addressing the items we have lined up here. Is that the first one? I don't think it is. But let me see. Yeah, okay. The first one, let's go to it. Give me 1 second here. Yep, that particular news. Gazzetta. How do you pronounce it? Underscore IT, an Italian outlet there, so you can see the IT there. But it reads, Chelsea arrived in Italy in recent days for Kenan Yildiz. Their move was substantial and concrete, at least 65 to 68 million euros. Juve listened to Chelsea, but the message was simple and clear. Like, Yildiz is not for sale. I'm not sure whether to believe this, but here's the thing. Something I did say when I think it was Bobby. We talked about if we should prioritize signing him or Simons. Simons makes more sense. Simons is more of a 10 than a winger. He's capable of operating as a left winger, but traditionally he's the 10. He has much better passing range and vision than you does. He does for me. It's just more of again, you could say a showman than him. I'm not sure how it's to phrase it, but he's an excellent player. Don't get me wrong. But Siemens brings more balance to our squad. If we had we again, if we prioritize it and sign Yildiz, it'd be sign more of the same players, and we don't want that to happen. You could argue the club they know that, which is why they're pushing for Siemens. Even if they end up assigning Yildiz, it'd be a plus. But Siemens is needed because he brings a balance to the squad. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I'm not sure why. I'm not seeing all the comments in the chat. Seeing just two, one. I'm not seeing. Just give me one. So yeah, good. You could say we're getting our priorities right. Yildiz for me isn't needed. Plus, Quenda joins next season. He's capable of playing on either flanks. We have numbers in that area, so it makes sense to prioritize Xavi Simons. Yeah, because he's traditionally a 10, but flexible enough. You can say, what's the language I'm looking for? Versatile enough to be able to fulfill the left wing role. But yeah, and he puts in a lot of work defensively too. He's not just a fancy player. He's an all-round player. Defensively, he contributes a lot, and is capable of picking out an excellent pass from our defensive area. But Heston, that's by the way. Do I believe this report? I don't know. Honestly, I do not know. So for me, I don't think we need him, but he's so good that yes, as long as we meet our we get our priorities right. If we can sign him, it'd be a plus. Whatever we end up doing with him in the future, I honestly do not care. Give me one. All right, apologies. I'm with my boys alone, and can't just close the office door. A lot will go wrong. So that's, by the way, my opinion. We don't need him, but a lot of Chelsea fans want him. A lot of Chelsea fans actually wouldn't mind Chelsea forfeiting the pursuit of Siemens and getting Yildiz, but I don't think it makes sense. And we have Patrick Quadzo Wemega says we need a commander at the in the left center back position. We're on the verge of completing the signing of Jorrel Hato, who's capable of fulfilling that role. And he's a leader too. As young as he is, he's a leader. He's the current captain of Ajax. Not anymore because, yeah, he was omitted from their lineup in their last game. But Houston, even if we don't sign any center back, I think we'll be all right. But I think we've been told that we're definitely looking to sign one more center back. We're looking at one in the mode of a leader, not just a center back, but one that can help lead our back line effectively. But that's by the way. Let's see what Chelsea fans have to say here. I can assure you a lot of Chelsea fans want him. Honestly, this may be why Garnacho may come, possibly. Give them 85 million euros. This guy just wants us to get him, irrespective of whether we need him or not. All right. What else do we have here? They won't budge until it's 100 million pounds. Gazeta, that's like the sun, as you saw. So Jerry, don't trust them. As I said, I don't know whether to believe the reports or not, but I don't. I don't really care. What makes me happy is that we're getting our priorities right. The focus right now is getting the deals for Jorrel Hato and Xavi Simons across the line. Those will be, you can say, two of the you can say most important signings this window because yeah, I wouldn't say backup, someone to compete with Cucurella or to rotate with Cucurella. And then Simons more of a traditional 10, which reduces the creative burden on Cole Palmer. So yeah, you that's what's his name? Xavi Simons for me makes more sense than any other signing we're looking to sign. And my bro Mikael is in the house. Apologies, guys. I'm gonna explain once again because statistics show that majority of our followers joined our community through YouTube Shorts, which is a vertical form of video. So it's only fair that we cater for them mainly. Then we occasionally would still stream on our landscape mode if we're doing lineup prediction exercise or match reviews, previews, and all that. But yeah, it's actually enjoyable. The vertical format is enjoyable. If you swipe up, you go full screen. And if you try that, honestly, you're not gonna want. I don't think you'd want to watch videos on YouTube any other way. Press and hold your screen for just about a second to see the bells and whistles, which includes the like, comment, and share options. We'd really appreciate that. So, Mikai say, hey, coach, greetings to all Blues champions. That's the crisis of of the day. Yeah, champions. Here's the thing. For all of you that are listening right now, make it unbearable for those that are trying to play down what we've achieved and the just concluded season. Make life unbearable for them. Don't stop talking about it. Keep talking about it until 2029. Yeah, I think. So don't stop celebrating. It's not easy. If it's easy, let them do it. But thank you for joining. Big up to you, to Tobias. Yeah, I like that. Big up world champions and the others. Chelsea are making great moves. Xavi, Simons, Yildiz. I don't think we're going to sign Yildiz. Not an area of priority for us. I think we have numbers in that area. Morgan Rogers, Yildiz is an exceptional baller. The young Dybala at a 6 foot tall. Okay, I didn't know he was that tall. What else do we have here? Hato has great attacking instinct. Defensively, also, he's excellent. We did compare his numbers with that of Cucurella. Yeah, surprisingly, he trumped Cucurella in you can say some important metrics. I think the only area where Cucurella did better than him in terms of tackles won or successful tackles or so. But yeah, Hato, excellent signing. Hopefully, we get the deal over the line. Hato has a great attacking instinct. Looks so comfortable getting past his guy. Reminds me of Josh. Okay. Archibong, okay, but on the left, looks class, comfortable, and competitive. He's an excellent baller, intelligent baller, more importantly. And as I've told you guys, I am a sucker for intelligent footballers. Really, that's football and intelligence is what attracts me to players. More importantly, before anything else. Go with Chimera. Don't talk to me. Let's see what else we have here. I am the only one on the panel right now. If you've not been paying attention, sorry, I didn't realize my camera was still off. I had to, shut it off and mute myself to yell at my boys to stop fighting. All right, Chelsea approach to signing Kenan Yildiz is reeks of desperation. Not showing up in Italy with a hefty 65 to 68 million pounds. This must be a rival fan, and I don't want to read that. A lot of Chelsea fans want him, but for me, I don't think we need him. We can do without him, but we do need a player like Xavi Simons. Excellent player, more of a 10 than a winger. He brings a good balance to our squad. All right, this guy here. The shocking thing about Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall is that Chelsea fans have actually fallen in love with him. They have, and they wouldn't mind the club keeping him. And I think there's a good player there, and he started to life as a Chelsea player. Didn't quite go well as well as I expected. That you could argue down to the fact the pressure of being a Chelsea fan got to him. But let's see. He didn't. You say he missed preseason because he was injured at the time. Maybe this time things will be different for him. But let's see what happens. I do like him. There's a good player in there. He has good passing range, can do a lot defensively. Good work rate actually. But let's see. A lot of clubs are interested, but this reads Fulham are expected to approach Chelsea for Dewsbury-Hall, and there's a subsequent report also, or maybe that one. I don't know whether that was before the one we just addressed. So it reads, okay, Fabrizio Romano with another video here. So he talks about Isaac plan. So one, if you have time, please, if you can watch the video and see what he says about. He talks about Simons there and Jorrel Hato. So two players that are of interest to Chelsea. I was waiting for him to release that video before we start the live show, but we'll find. So this reads, Fulham have expressed an interest in signing both Raheem Sterling and Kenan Dewsbury-Hall from Chelsea this summer. I'd say take Raheem Sterling for free, but Dewsbury-Hall, I don't think we're looking to sell him. I don't think Chelsea are looking to sell Kenan Dewsbury-Hall. He's Even if you think he's again, we should keep him as a squad player. I mean, that's huge. He can finish. He can shoot actually, and he's starting to look as if he's coming into his own. Against starting towards the end of the season and in the Club World Cup, he was actually excellent for us. So I'd rather we keep him than sell him, and I think a lot of Chelsea fans feel the same. You could argue maybe some want him to stay because he's a consummate professional, hardly ever complains. And whenever he gets a chance to play, he gives 150%, and that makes me happy. But I think he's got a lot more to offer because I watched him a lot at Leicester City under Enzo Maresca. Excuse me. All right. What else do we have here? Kachila, we must put our difference. No. We will continue to fight, you and I. and if, albeit online. But if we meet one on one, I'm gonna throw one at you first. All right. He is a good squad player. I think he can offer a lot more than just be a squad player. But if he can stay, if he doesn't mind staying, I take it. And I'm quite sure if he proves that he should be starting over any of our players. I think the manager will give him the chance. But I do like him, honestly. Let's see what else we have here. I will be happy if we sign Hato, and please, we don't need to sell KDH. That's the most surprising thing, actually. A lot of Chelsea fans don't want him. They want him to stay. Honestly, a lot of Chelsea fans want him to stay, and that wasn't the case a few months ago. Yeah. Chimera says Xavi is a backup, not a backup. Xavi is going to be a starter. And usually when we play with 2 10s, I think it'd be him and him and Enzo Fernandez, or maybe him and Cole Palmer. But he's defensively, he's actually sound. If you don't know him well, you think probably he lacks defensively. You think that he wouldn't be contributing a lot defensively because of he's one of those flamboyant players, for lack of a more specific language there. But I don't think he's not a backup for anybody. He's here to compete. You could argue here to start in games, actually. He brings something different. He has excellent passing range. Here's the thing. I urge you to actually go compare his numbers with that of Cole Palmer in terms of creativity. He's good. But let's see. Nice to see you, Jay. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. We will read the comment under this particular report to see so that you get an idea of again how Chelsea fans feel about the news. But here's the thing. Let's be honest here. This report, the report we have on the screen here, is from the perspective of the potential buyers. Buyer, not from Chelsea. I don't think we're looking to sell him, except if he wants to leave, then he'd be gone. KDH, let's see. What's the update on Xavi Simons? Fabrizio just released a video, so maybe my bro, let me just call him my bro and see if I can get him to go watch the video and see what update Fabrizio has for us. just a few seconds, again, maybe 3 minutes ago or so. Let's see. You want to keep everybody. We need to create space for Santos and the Sugo. Someone needs to leave. Definitely. You got me. You win. You win. That one. But that's an excellent, actually, point right there. Yeah, someone got to. Yeah, we have to let one or two players go to accommodate the players that we really need, or maybe the players that do better than the ones that we will eventually let go. But thank you. I got it. KDH a step up when Cole Palmer was off form. Please, we don't want him out of the club. Yeah, out of Chelsea. Albert, thank you so much for reposting the video on X. Sincerely do appreciate that. And more importantly, I do hope you're doing well. So let's see what Chelsea fans have to say here. My friend Mickey John says, now Starling, drop them wages and take this up if you don't want to go outside. So his focus, the response references Raheem Sterling's case because he's mentioned in the report. More sales incoming, more sales income for us. This brother here doesn't care. KDH is an important player and deserves to stay. Melvin, my bro, we're not selling KDH. Chelsea should not sell him. Next one, Raheem Sterling fell off. Okay, since he left Manchester City, he needs to be okay. His fall off since he left City needs to be studied. Okay, they should please sign Raheem Sterling. He is the perfect profile for their team. So you can see a lot of the comments there that one that are focused on player sales. None of them mentioned KDH except Raheem Sterling all through. But that shows you Chelsea fans really they don't want him sold. KDH is an incredible player according to that brother there. But that's by the way. Let's see what happens. I'm not gonna. You say I'm not just gonna say. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. But if he ends up staying, I'm not gonna complain. If he gets sold, I'm not gonna complain either. If he get sold because we have to make space to accommodate a very important player, then so be it. If he, I will not complain. This is Vince quoting Nizaki Salah here, and this particular report reads: goalkeeper Mike Penders, midfielder Kendra Pies, and defender Mahmoud Sarr are the three currently expected to join partner club Strasbourg, also owned by Todd Barley and Claire Lake and Capital on loan. Good loan players for them. I think those players will play in Europe. Is it Conference League? I think which one again? But they will play in Europe. Let's just leave it at that. Some fans that want to sell the lap and sign Isaac. Yeah, that one is crazy actually. Don't take ex supporters seriously. But at least it gives you an idea. It does again. It gives you an idea with regards to how the fans see a particular situation. So not ideal, though, yeah, because lots of stuff out there are driven by emotions. Yeah, but that's by the way. Good luck to them. I think they will all do well there. The club Strasbourg would take very, very good care of them. So back again, Dewsbury-Hall. Dewsbury-Hall remains valued as a Blues squad player rather than an automatic starter, and there's no sense that he is pushing for a move. With West Ham also reportedly interested in signing the midfielder if the terms are favorable. Okay, we haven't even said anything, and according to this particular report, we're not looking to sell him, and it doesn't look like he's not pushing to leave either, but that can change. The transfer window. So again, still a long way to go. All right, more likes, people, more likes. Keep dropping the likes, and between the likes do go a long way. We still have 38 people following the show on YouTube, and we have just 13 likes. At least if half of you liked the video on YouTube, we'd have at least a 15 or 16 likes. In total, we have 185 people. 38 on YouTube. The rest are shared between X and Facebook. Whether equally, I do not know. All right, let's see. Please check. Although I will still go for news hunting once we exhaust all the items we have lined up here. So this year, Ryan Taylor Sport and Miro Football reports that Xavi Simons' entourage have traveled to RB Leipzig preseason training camp as they look to push through the Dutchman's switch to Chelsea. And I've heard that Xavi, not Xavi, Xavi Simons wants Chelsea and Chelsea alone. And but rumors are that Bayern also are interested, and Arsenal too. But his preference would be to join Chelsea. And I did see a particular report, but couldn't find it before the show started, suggesting that we've agreed personal terms with him. I want him at Chelsea. He's an excellent player and experience. He's still very young, but he's garnered good enough experience so that he'd make a whole lot of difference. Again, he'd help us do great things in the coming season. Chimera here saying we should sell the women's team to buy is. They actually won. Was it 2, 3 trophies in the just concluded season? But that's, by the way, yeah, good luck to you. More likes, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. So the plan is for new signings, Esteban William and the others, Dario Isugo, not Delap. It's new signings to also begin training with new teammates on August 4th. Okay, I think August 4th, that's when we'll have everybody back together. So that's fine. All right. I'm looking forward to them to start training together. I can't wait to see this kid play an official match for us, Esteban William, to be honest. Jorrel. That's this sort of thing is the reason why I hate English language. It's spelled with a J. The spelling starts with a J, and learned last night that it's pronounced Jorrel, not not Jorrel. I don't like that, seriously. But that's okay. He reads Jorrel Hato to Chelsea deal is closed for 40 million euros plus 3 million euros in bonuses. That's according to Sport Media Set. I don't know them. I don't know whether to trust them. But one thing is certain: we have an agreement in place in terms of personal terms. And he was omitted from Ajax's lineup in their last game. Not even he wasn't even on the bench actually. So that's a good sign. So it looks like it's going to happen. Just like the case of Jamie Gittins, we were told that he was ill on that particular day. That was when I knew, yeah, definitely he's coming to Chelsea. In this case, you could argue, yeah, it's done practically. If anything, it'd be back and forth in terms of the valuation of the player and how much Chelsea are willing to pay. And I think we've done that already because our initial bid was rejected. So definitely, I think it'd be correct to say that by now we must have gone back with an improved offer. And I'm not sure whether to trust this particular report, but more importantly, be rest assured that we're getting this deal across the line, and that's an area of priority for us because Cucurella, wow, how many games did he play? But I think the manager did find a way to mix things up that even in his absence we were fine. But having Hato join us, I think, makes a whole lot of difference. So we don't burn Cucurella, we don't burn him out. What else do we have here? Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way, and we have Chelsea Ultra. Thank you so much for joining, my bro. I do hope you're doing well. Good evening, you beautiful blue. Whoa, the champions! Keep saying it. Keep saying it. Do not stop saying it. Make life unbearable for them. Just like I didn't want to take it that far, but I had a conversation with my bro Mikhail. He says, "Yeah, we're gonna be unbearable, and we should be." Nobody gave us a chance. The discussion before that final, you can say commentaries from pundits and rival fans alike was that, yeah, they were gonna mop the floor with a stadium carpet with us. Let me see, what message did I delete there? And Amo Olawale, if you're listening, apologies that your message got deleted by the AI. To be clear, not a human being, by the AI that's policing the chat. Please use emojis sparingly. Use at three. Do not use more than three. At most three emojis. As long as you're not a moderator, if you do that, if you use more than three emojis or use all caps, the AI that's policing the chat will delete your message. Okay, so I apologize for that. But please, yeah, you're probably your first time here. Amo says, "Yo, the Blues Army are pulling it. Great day, Chelsea. I agree. Keep celebrating, my brother, and thank you for joining us. I appreciate you. And if this is your first time here, you're welcome. Feel at home. Express yourself. All we ask of you is to keep it civil. Here, your opinion matters. We don't have an echo chamber here. We don't like it when everybody agrees. As I will always say, listen, if we all agree that something is wrong, okay. All right. Let's see what else we have here. Dama, would you bring back Ian Matson instead? No, Hato is a much better player. The only thing you can say is that, yeah, Matson has Premier League and he doesn't, but I think he's good enough. When you see some players, when you watch them play, you know that, yeah, them adapting to the Premier League will not be an issue. And in Hato's case, I'd say, yeah, definitely I think he will hit the ground running. So, I like him. Yeah. Staff says Jorrel is the Dutch language, not English. Yeah, but even at that, Staff, listen, I don't like it, but English is like that too. Certain words in English, they will tell you that some letters are silent. Yeah. You don't pronounce some letters in a word, but what is it doing there in the first place? So you get my point, though. But that's by the way. So maybe in Dutch it sounds correct. That's how they pronounce J in Dutch. So looks like that's the case actually. But thank you, Steph, for saying that. Yep, 100% make life unbearable for them. For down trying to, if they try, make it even worse. Top it up, take it up a notch. You know, if they try to downplay what we achieved in the just concluded season, I think Hato would have a great would be a great signing. If it goes through, I think we are on the verge of completing the signing of Jorrel Hato, and it's going to happen. I'm just waiting to hear Hato's deal. Here we go. Fabrizio just released a video. I don't know if Vic, if he's had the time to go listen to it. He usually does that for us. And I'm being so nice to him right now, so that he go and watch Fabrizio's new video and bring the updates to us. Hato can also, yep, the season before the just concluded season, he played the entirety of that particular season, which is 23-24. He played the entirety of that season, I think, as a center back. Then in the just concluded season, he played as a left back. He's good. And he's good. He has a good leap in him too. Yeah, no to Ian Martin, I would say. We don't need him. This guy is a much better player. Okay, thank you so much, my brother Kojo Anyumadu. Thanks for asking. I can't complain. I'm happy. A long day for me. Tosin and Hato, a future CB pairing. I think the pairing we see. I think the opponents dictate the pairing would see during games. I think if you've been paying attention, Tosin starts in certain games. In games where we need to weather a lot of pressure from the opposition. He usually starts Tosin, and Tosin is good as he's really good at calming our back line down. Irrespective of how much pressure we face from the opposition. If you've been paying attention, in Tosin's absence, whenever we face persistent pressure from the opposition, the younger ones, they start making a lot of mistakes. But when we have to deal with a lot of pace, then you see Chalobah and Levi Colwell. Because I don't know where Badia Shile comes in, because he didn't play quite a lot. Injuries did not allow him play quite a lot, to give me the opportunity to maybe see the pattern and be able to tell when he'll be able to tell the sort of games that the manager will select him. But he's an excellent player too. I don't think he goes anywhere, and it looks like Maresca likes him if you've been paying attention. But that's, by the way, Coach. Mikhail says, I'm bringing X desperate look. Do whatever you want, bro. I like that one. Yeah, again, let's see what else we have here. Have we been linked to any right? I don't think. I think that our area not an issue. I'd rather we keep Josh Achimpong really. I don't know why, but we did address a particular report that suggests we're looking for a loan move for him, specifically the Premier League. I'd rather we keep him, but if it means him playing week in week out, which you say, I don't want us for selfish reasons because of how good we know he can become or how good he's already decided to keep him, and then he end up stifling his development. I don't think it'd be all right. Yeah, I'd rather him go out on loan and play week in week out, continue, then come back when we have space for him, just like Andreas Santos did and all that. But that area, I don't think we have problems there. Tosin, okay, who else? Wesley Fofana. It looks like they still want to give him a chance. And then Trevor Chalobah, I think he stays. If Chalobah leaves, it be because he wants to. Forget the nonsense you're seeing out there. And I'm going to say something I've said before. The big accounts, or maybe non-Chelsea aligned news outlets or X account or Junos, they know our vulnerabilities. One example of our vulnerability, the fear of the club selling Chalobah, given how well he did from, you can say, mid-season and then in the Club World Cup. Houston, they are good at exploiting our vulnerabilities. They know what we're looking for. They know if they say Chelsea are still open to selling Chalobah, will suck. A lot of Chelsea fans will sulk up to that. So that's it. And one that I've seen also, absolute nonsense in my opinion, that Maresca doesn't want Garnacho, that the sporting directors are trying to force Garnacho on him, which is absolute horse dunk. And I said, I don't believe that. Yeah, because they know the Chelsea fans don't want Garnacho. So yeah, it's that is click magnets to put out something saying Maresca don't want Garnacho. The Chelsea sporting directors are the ones trying. The co-sporting directors are the ones trying to force Garnacho on him. So that's one example of our vulnerability. You can say we don't want Garnacho, and the news, the reports linking us with a move for him, have refused to go away. That's a vulnerability, and they know how to exploit that effectively. So yeah, but let's see what happens. You're right, achieve in English. Yeah, exactly. Knife doesn't need the K. It doesn't, given how it's pronounced, right? Yeah, it doesn't. Maybe just for formality reasons, it just has to be there. All right. Let's see. Patrick Quadzo says Hansi is a Barca coach, but he doesn't speak Spanish, so the language doesn't matter. Okay. Football is a universal language. Everybody if you follow football, yeah, the most important language there is that round letter, spherical maybe object. Brings a lot of people together. But that's, by the way, let's see you. Wagwan came. So nice to see you, brother. I do hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Let's see. Why is this Garnacho news not going away? I don't know. Chances are we're not actually interested at all. And here's a lesson for you. If you remember 3 months ago or so, a lot of us, again, I'd swear that we were on the verge of signing Ugo Ekitike. Yeah, it turns out the only thing we did was just inquire. Just ask them, okay, is this guy for sale? How much is it? And once they told us 100 million euros, we bowed without looking back. But do you think, given everything we heard within that period, you'd swear that Ekitike was on the verge of joining Chelsea? So the lesson there is that you should learn to everything you see out there, dump them in a single bucket. You can call them speculation or just rumors. Only believe it when you see, as Bobby would tell you, when you see the player in question pretending to be signing a document, pictures, and him holding up. Even that, in most some cases, these days, it might not be it. But you get the point there. So don't just believe everything you see out there. Okay. Let's see. Hato and Simons. Hato on the verge of happening. Simons, we. I mean, you need to go watch Fabrizio's latest video. How many minutes ago? Where is it? Ah, dang it! I can't find it. It be, let's say, about 20 minutes now or so, or a little less. But go check it out. Let's see if if he has updates. It has to be plural for Chelsea fans. Yeah, coach. Why we focusing on incoming? Under, okay, income is under. Assumption that none of the regular will depart. Yep. Which a regular might leave this window to create a new imbalance. Gusto isn't going anywhere, and I'm quite sure you've heard Maresca talk about Gusto. He loves him. He's not going anywhere. Tosin isn't going. Badeshila, I think, stays too. KDH possibly, but if KDH ends up leaving, it'd be because he wants to leave. Nicholas Jackson also. In the case of Nicholas Jackson, I'm not sure what's going to happen. But if we're going by the club's the reported value of Chelsea's valuation of Nicholas Jackson, for me that screams we don't want to sell him. Yeah, but that's not to say Nicholas Jackson will be content being, you could say, playing second fiddle to, or you could say being the third choice striker at the club. Because yeah, maybe he's not strong-willed enough to compete and earn his place. Maybe he fears competition, and the rumors suggest that yeah, he wants to. I think there's a particular report that if you read it, you start laughing because it had two paragraphs and both contradict each other. The first paragraph reads something to the effect of Nicholas Jackson is not looking to leave Chelsea, that he wants to stay and fight for his place. The second paragraph says, yeah, but he's not closing the door. Manchester United, he could still leave. So if he fears competition, or if he sees that, yeah, he's probably going to be third choice, he may well push to leave. Honestly. And there's a pattern to the way our current owners operate. I don't think it makes sense to call them new owners anymore. If they sense you want to leave, if they sense you're not settled, they will not hesitate selling you. And I'm still sticking by my argument that the reason they were eager to sell to sell Chalobah at the time was that because once Bayern came calling, he wanted to go. The only reason he didn't leave was because Bayern didn't want to sign him on a permanent. Yeah, because we said, okay, if you really want to go, then it has to be on a permanent. But that's, by the way, I don't work for the club. We can only speculate that that's my theory. But I digress. My point being, the new owners, if they sense you're unsettled, if you push to leave, they will sell you without hesitation. You stay. That is, again, if you're committed. If you're not committed, you're gone. So yeah, looking at the names you've mentioned here, I think Gusto stays. I don't think Chelsea will sell him. Bayern, if those again, the reports we've addressed, which you can argue from Bayern's perspective, suggesting that they will, they're interested in signing him. I call that them testing the waters to see if we're interested in selling Malo Gusto. No, I don't think they'd sell him. I don't think Chelsea are looking to sell Gusto, and Maresca likes him. Yep, Tosin stays. The most experienced player, backline, very important too, and he's been playing. It's just that the manager rotates. The manager selects the pair to the centre back pairing based on our opponent. And in some cases, we've seen. I think was it against what team was it in the Premier League where he started, and he was excellent aerially because he's a box defender too. He was excellent aerially in that defense. And what team was that? we were concerned about their physicality, but he held his own on the day and was able to deal with the physicality of the opponent, the area of threat. Him and Sanchez did well because Sanchez, since he started coming off his line for high claims, that has helped us deal with set piece situations effectively. And I can't quite, what game was that? But I don't think Tosin leaves. He knows there's no way he starts every game, and but he played a lot. You know, just Achimpong may be on loan. As I've said before, it just wouldn't make sense for selfish reasons because he's good, because he played a few games here and there and was excellent. He was excellent whenever given opportunity, or did very well whenever he was given the opportunity to play, and keep him. And then without him playing week in, week out, I don't think that'd be good for his development. So if we can get a good loan move for him in the Premier League, as we've been told that we're looking to do, the sort of loan move where if he doesn't play certain amount, a number of games, we get like 5 million, 10 million from from the team. I'd love that. But that kid is an intelligent player. Even when the way he applied himself the last time he played, when he drifted to the midfield area, he didn't look out of place. And as lanky as he looks, you can muscle him off the ball easily. So I don't think Chelsea will sell him. I think he will be the next big you can say talent to make it at Chelsea. But let's see what happens. In this case, it won't be that again. Definitely we're not going to sell him. It'd be to find, you can say, a good solution so he continues to develop. Sunday, Hunsimu Matthew. Good evening to you too. I'm quite sure this is your first time joining the conversation here. If that's the case, welcome. Feel at home, express yourself. All we ask of you is to keep it civil. So thank you. Welcome to the Chelsea Perspective community. Thank you, Sunday. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. I'm just waiting to hear Hato and Xavi. Here we go. Xavi looks like he's gonna be stretched a bit. Hato, I have strong belief. Chances are with here we go tomorrow. At most tomorrow, in my opinion. But let's see what happens. But it's done. Once it gets to the measure, maybe to the point of the club leaving a player from the lineup. Yeah, plus what we're hearing, put two and two together. That's it. All right, let's see. Mikhail says Santos isn't a regular, but I expect him to become one in a rotation with Lavia or Enzo. I think he's going to play a lot. And there's something I said the other day. By the time 25-26 season ends, one of those midfielders will be pushing to leave. Yep. It's because all of them, they're all high quality, all good players. And I think one or two will be dissatisfied and would want to leave. And then, yeah, we'll make adjustments again. And nothing new there. That is something that's typical of big clubs. You have a lot of good players. They're all not going to be happy by the time the season ends. One or two will be pushing to leave. And then you let them go, bring in another player. Yep. How'd you say that? Wash, rinse, repeat. That's what big clubs do. All right, let's see. Garnacho. Yep. No, we don't want him. And disclaimer, I have to say this. I don't know him personally. We're just going by what we're hearing. But here's why. I think there's a good player in there, by the way. And here's why I think people should actually give him a chance. United, again, their situation for years now. I get it. We've been focusing on ourselves. We've had our own issues for years now, 2-3 years in a row. United been serious shit show for a while now, and the truth remains that Garnacho's case isn't in isolation. There's Garnacho, there's Jadon Sancho. There's the one that just joined Barcelona, the Englishman, they've had issues with a lot of players. So I think we should be cautious. We don't know him. I get it. His brother's behavior on social media doesn't make it easy. it compounds. You can say it makes it difficult for people to actually look beyond his behavior. Again, it's difficult for people to look beyond his brother's behavior on social media to consider the fact that, yeah, maybe something isn't quite right with the way United, the club is run. Not Garnacho's fault. And if you can see the players that they have issues, they follow each other. Once one of them moves to a new club, you'd see the others congratulating that particular player. So something isn't quite right at United, in all honesty. Anthony too had issues, not just down to him being, you can say, awful to a considerable extent as a player, but I think we should judge him cautiously. As much as I don't want Chelsea to sign him, uh, yeah, because yeah, going by the saying that there's no smoke without fire. Even, but I'm just trying to be as objective as can be. Even at that, if we don't sign him, fine. But it looks like we may well end up signing him. And the brother keeps keeps screaming he wants to stay in the Premier League. All right. What's up, man? How are you doing? I do hope you're doing well. Nice to see you once again. Give me 1 second here. Shoes. Okay. I need to look for some trouble. I haven't seen this brother for a while now. Hopefully, Nightbot will not disappoint me. But I haven't actually updated the list of names you've gone. You have serious ID crisis right here. But nice to see you, my bro. I hope you're still celebrating. Mikhail here says a selling okay may create a huge positivity imbalance. Ooh, that's deep. Did I do I understand what you mean there? I don't think I get it. I have to, because you're my bro. I have to be honest to you. Okay. Imabu says Ganacho ain't bad, but I don't think we need him. Not an area of priority. Yeah, not an area where we lack players, because Quenda was still coming. And probably next season we'll be talking about what's his name, Pies coming back. Pies, what position actually is this man position, really? Why I prefer other type of wingers, and I reckon that we wouldn't get Garnacho. You never know. And again, the chances are everything we'll be hearing are all absolute horse dung. Chances are they're the truth. Update now: Chelsea maintain active talks in the background for both Jorrel Hato and Xavi Simons. Both players are very keen on Chelsea move, with Hato already agreeing personal terms. So the report, there was one report that I read, I think in the morning, that suggests we also have an agreement in place, personal terms to be more specific, for Xavi Simons. So given this particular report from the transfer guru himself, that's not true. But we're making progress. I don't think we'll miss out on both. As long as we've started discussing with the club, I think a bit of back and forth is good. Not we don't. I don't want us to in a hurry pull our pants down for anybody. And again, I like that. So it will happen eventually, but let's not let it go too long. It can be a lot of stress on the players, leading to them not starting well, because yeah, pressure, mental health actually part of it. Lasula says, hi guys. Okay, I like KDH. He's a good professional footballer. Yeah, whether he'd be content with being a backup or just being a squad player, we don't know. There are a shortage of clubs interested in signing him, and it'd be right to argue if he leaves and joins any of those clubs, he'd be playing week in, week out. But maybe the lure to win more trophies, given how quickly he won two, uh, may well be a good reason for him to remain at Chelsea, but we don't know. And he's not getting any younger. If he has the dream to represent England, then he'd be better off leaving. Even though I want him to stay, but I just have to speak my mind. Let's see. Try to be objective, honestly. Gusto is a decent backup. He's no backup. If you use him in a traditional manner, he's quicker than James. James, for me, in the Premier League, if you play him as in the right back position, better be ready to find um, a way to conduct, maybe mask his lack of pace. He's not that quick anymore. Um, Gusto is an excellent right back. If you use him in a traditional manner, you'd get the best out of him. Then, if you get him to invert, and I'm going to say this, he does the basics that I believe the manager wants him, of the stuff the manager wants him to do whenever he inverts to help us gain numerical advantage over the opposition whenever we have the ball. Then, which means he'd be popping up in areas, completing the triangles and all that, because he's not. His you could say his vision isn't the greatest. I think people don't value the fact that he's actually in the games where he operated that in that manner, he did the basics right, and the manager likes that. I think eventually he will grow into being able to invert and still do well. And again, when used in a traditional manner, he still do well. He's still very young, and I think he enjoys again even the one that whenever he inverts, he looks like he enjoys it. It's just that the final product in terms of finding a Chelsea player, or maybe he's shooting the type that the rugby union would be very proud of and all that. But eventually, as he matures, I think he'll become better at fulfilling that inverted fullback role. But we're not selling him. I don't. He's not a backup. That's where he leaves. If you start using him as a backup player, he will leave because there won't be shortage of clubs looking at sign him, and he's gonna run. Pundits on ESPN are writing Chelsea off. I like it when it's like that. Before the final against PSG, I made a post on X saying PSG are the favorites, and we're going into that game as underdogs, and I like that. Yeah, history tells us when you underrate Chelsea, you do so at your own peril. I don't want that pressure of, we're good enough to win the league. I want them to count us out, just like they did the last time we won it. They didn't give us a chance under Antonio Conte. They did not. They didn't even, I think they were actually saying we weren't going to qualify for the Champions League. So I like that. That's fine. But I'm not concerned about the pressure they put on us if they recognize that truthfully, we're actually going to be contending for the title. I don't fear that anymore because I think these are current the crop of players we have. I think they're maturing quicker than anybody had expected, and I'm happy, honestly. But despite way, let's see. Patrick here says Gusto is a decent backup to recent. Okay, if that's how you see, but I don't see it like that. Hato. I like that kid. What a player! And what I like the most is that a lot of these players want to come to us. They want to join us. We're not forcing them. It looks like usually the first thing we do is to find out if the player wants to come to us, and which is a good strategy. Try to negotiate personal terms with them, which with the response you get tells you whether they want to come to you or maybe they prefer going elsewhere. All right. But let's see what else we have here. As a Chelsea fan, do not pay more attention to some pundits or journalists, especially Jamie. I think Jamie actually, you could argue, the worst is Nicole. What's his name? Steve Nicole that said we beat PSG because of the pitch. I saw that. I was like, Jesus Christ, what is this? I could not believe my ears. And he still has a job. He should be looking for a storefront in a farmer's market. He shouldn't be a pundit. I could not believe that. The only person, one of the, you can say, popular pundits that said something that made sense, Thierry Henry said, do not count out Chelsea. That if, what's that team that beat PSG 1-0 that Chelsea can? And it wasn't even close. The PSG was supposed to mop the stadium carpet with us. The opposite happened. We could have scored up to 5 goals, actually. But that's by the way. But yeah, Steve Nicole, I could not believe that when I saw it. I could not believe that we won because of the pitch. Oh my goodness, that's unbelievable. I could not believe that. Let's see what we have here. Garnacho, yeah, yeah. All right, Patrick says I have been thinking about this for quite some time. Why so many pundits or journalists doubt or dislike Chelsea? Here's the thing: I'm not sure. I think that needs a serious research to figure out why that's the case. But I'm just gonna go with my birth country again. Two-Face Idibia, was it Two-Face Idibia from MI? A song that says, "If nobody talks about you, then you're nobody," and I'm sticking with that. Honestly, it doesn't matter. We bring the clicks. Very popular, huge. Was successful, and success comes with that sort of thing. People finding excuses or trying to explain away your success. That sort of thing. You can say being successful comes, yeah, with that territory of people doubting you. Maybe you can say even so, if some of them, if they try to be objective, they'd be truthful. But because yeah, they let their emotions drive their opinions, they say the wrong things, and which some content creators do too. Some Chelsea content creators do that. Let their emotions drive their opinions. Then you find yourself apologizing in a few months. But if you can be objective, there's room to take corrective measures to say, okay, well, it has happened. Or if I mean, if you can be objective, there'd be no need for you to apologize in the future, if that makes sense. So, but I don't know Steve Nicole why he still has a job after saying that sort of thing, irrespective of his ball knowledge. But dang it, what in the world does he mean by we were able to beat PSG because of the pitch? Really? Maybe the pitch has two parts. We were playing on the good side, and PSG played. We played on the good side. PSG played on the bad side, and even after the first half, automatically it had to rotate to ensure that we are we're playing from the good side of the pitch, and PSG playing from the bad side of the pitch. Yeah, and had we lost that game, the sort of nonsense they'd be spewing. Oh, yeah, it'd be after spending 20 billion pounds. Look at how PSG beat you by 10 goals to nothing. Uh, Thank you, bro. I got it now. Pound sterling. Sterling is like a pen, you know where. I saw a position. I saw a posting on internet. Kachila is a Chelsea new front of shirt sponsor. I haven't seen anything today. I looked, but maybe probably didn't pay attention as I should have. Let's see. I would rather bring in Vardy as a third choice striker instead of having 55 million Jackson stuck on the bench. Nobody says he's going to stuck on the bench. Maresca likes him, and if you haven't heard, we're looking to go into the season with 9 attacking players, and you could argue the plan is to win everything. I've taken a step back, looked at the whole thing. We're not playing. We really do want to win everything. And look how quickly we got the João Pedro deal over the line, as if we knew at the time that he was going to make a difference for us. And in 2 games, look how many goals he scored. Important goals, 1-1, single-handedly won the one game for us. And in the final, he put the final nail, the last nail, maybe final nail on the coffin against PSG. Yep, Briani rapping hard. Yep, X mark the spot. Contender CSC, Jackson FC, Code Palmer FC, and Vivella FC, and the list keeps growing. Yeah, it's grown so much that I cannot cover all of them. Let's see. I've seen that. I would rather bring in. I've read that too. This one here. Jamie Gittins is training tremendously well for the upcoming season. More important aspect for me, I just let him train with his teammate. So should Chelsea fans be confident we will be a contender? You can be, but be prepared to be disappointed. Don't expect too much. If you expect too much, if you don't do that cautiously, chances are you get disappointed. But if you do it cautiously, you leave room for you to accept whatever happens at the end. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. And I'm going to say this: Arsenal will be there because they're not making a lot of changes. But losing Partey is huge. Losing Partey isn't different from when they lost Granit Xhaka. That was a huge mistake. I'd argue that had they stayed one more season, the next season they would have won the league. So losing Partey, irrespective of the arrival of what's his name from the Spanish league, we were interested in signing him 2 seasons ago. So Zubimendi and the other guy to no, this will be more like an adaptation. You can say acclimatization. What's the correct language to use there? Sorry, English isn't my first language. um they're not going to be that good, but still they haven't made too many changes, so I'm still concerned a bit for them. Liverpool, just too many changes, a lot of changes, except if they will still rely a lot on the old guard. But if they lose Luis Diaz, it'd be difficult for them. Very, very difficult. And the profile of players like Kitike, Florian Wirtz, they will be shocked. I'm not saying they're gonna do badly, but I don't think they'll be able to do enough to get them to where they need to be. Given the number of players they've signed so far, it'd be correct to say they're actually in a transition period. Yeah, last season, irrespective of the argument that they took their foot off the pedal because they won the league already. Boo hoo! I disagree. They wanted to win the rest of their games, but there's a strong argument there, believable argument that it's a human thing. Naturally, you take your foot off the pedal once you've reached your goal. Subconsciously, you don't push enough. But I think still they barely made it, in my opinion, given how they finished. But coach, you like every player we're linked with? I don't. I don't. I'll just tell you. This is how I do it. For instance, when we were linked with again when you can say within the fan base, it was going to be either Gittins, Nico Williams, Kenan, is it Kieran or Kenan Yildiz? And there was one more player there. And I told people, look, pay attention to their numbers. Gittins, the youngest, I think the younger player, then he's younger than Nico Williams. But people weren't paying attention to what the numbers tell us. Numbers show that Gittins is in the top 1% in terms of successful dribbles. He's an excellent player, but the flashier name of the two players is Nico Williams. Given his exploits during the Euros and the fact that he plays for Bilbao, Spain, everybody knows him. Gittins just, you can say, he just emerged onto the big scenes. But numbers tell you Gittins the much better signing option for us, given his again overall ability and again he ups our ability or maybe increases he with him would be able to deal with teams that defend deep effectively. So that's usually what I do. I don't say, and that's not to say Nico Williams is a bad player. He isn't. He's a good player too. So I'll now also, for instance, in the case of Yildiz, I like him, but he's not. He's a traditional winger, and we're also now we are pushing to sign what's his name to sign the kid of Barcelona, La Masia, and Chelsea. We've wanted him. We've always wanted him for 1,000 years right now. Xavi Simons, and I see people saying we should sign Yildiz and forget Simons. And I told them both are good players, but the truth remains if we sign Yildiz, we'll sign him more of the same players. But if we sign Simons, he brings balance because he's more of a 10, but he's versatile enough to still play on the flanks. Yeah. And defensively, he's actually excellent. You think if you don't know him well, you think because of the sort of player he is, that probably, yeah, he's going to be awful defensively. But go check him. Go check his contributions defensively. And you're not going to get that from Yildiz. No. And I'm not saying he's a bad player. So that's usually, I hardly ever condemn players. If I see an awful player, I'll let you know immediately. But anyway, go back to work and leave me alone. All right, let's go. Let's see what we have here. More likes, people. We still have 51 people following the show on YouTube, and we're stuck on 23 likes. In total, 242 people following the show, 51 on YouTube. The rest are shared between X and YouTube, X and Facebook, whether equally Kuchila doesn't know. But please up the likes. We still beg for likes. We're not a big account yet, but we're getting there. We're getting closer and closer. We reached 27K subscribers, I think 2 days ago. So we were aiming for 28, 29, 30 by the time the transfer window shuts. So let's see. Big up to you too, the Charles. Now, we heard something about Hato and Xavi from Fab, and more passionate about getting Xavi and Hato. Question: do you think we make more signings after getting these two? Ooh. Chelsea King, the rule here is that don't ask difficult questions. Otherwise, I'm gonna pretend I can. I can't. I pretend I don't see it. Okay, here's then. Jokes aside. Two of them. After the two of them, maybe. Whether we sign again, more players depends on outgoing. If Jackson leaves, I think we'd look to sign one more. Yeah. If we sense that he wants to leave, he better do that again early on in the transfer window. If he does it towards the end of the transfer window, I think we'd say no, you're staying until next season. So yeah, we could, but that would depend mainly on players again, on outgoings. But it doesn't look like there are certain. For instance, Gusto isn't going anywhere. Chalobah, I still think will stay. I still think all the stuff we've seen out there are all absolute nonsense. I don't think he goes. If the manager likes him, he stays. And if you've been paying attention, I think we're doing what Maresca wants, because he fulfilled his own, or you can say his side of the bargain, by qualifying for Champions League, winning Conference League, and winning Club World Cup. And chances are the owners probably didn't expect him to pull that off the way he did it. So we're doing what he wants. I don't think we sign players that he doesn't want. So if he wants Chalobah and signs that, he likes him. And Chalobah has improved. And I think he'd keep him because of his experience. He's more of a traditional, not your typical ball-playing center back, but he's good enough on the ball. Once you keep it simple, he'd finish the game one of your best defenders. So I think Chalobah stays. Yeah. After those two, whether we sign more depends on outgoings. But thank you for that question. The secret to win the Premier League is to forget about City, Liverpool, and Arsenal and find ways to beat all remaining teams. Yeah. Times is how things changed. I remember the days of Didier Drogba, Mourinho. At the time, if you're able to beat the top 6 teams, you're gonna win the league. But these days, you'd have to beat the mid-table, bottom-table teams to win the leagues. It doesn't matter whether you lose to all top 6 teams these days. I'm not sure why that is the case now, but you get the gist, right? Nicole is a former Liverpool player, head of Chelsea. Yeah, but here's the staff. He shouldn't have a job if he doesn't know how to speak objectively. What the heck is the meaning that we beat PSG because of the pitch? I just don't get it. I could not believe it when I heard it. Thank you for you too. As an advice to me concerning about the pundits who dislikes Chelsea, much grateful. I appreciate you. More importantly, for being a part of the conversation. You're always welcome. Hato and Simons, Sterling. I wouldn't call it Sterling. It's the usual thing, but I think you could say, We don't know how to be patient. We just won. Again, if the selling club wants 25, let's say 35 million pounds, just pay it and take the player. It doesn't work like that. That'd be definitely, there's again usually a bit of back and forth. Okay, we want 55 million. We say, okay, we'll give you 42. They say, no, we don't want it. Then we go back with 45, something like that. Negotiations, no. It's the prices and fixed, except if you're triggering a release clause. Even when you trigger a release clause, sometimes you seek to get again a payment option that will allow you pay the overall payment, the payment overall, and not one in bulk, if that makes sense. So and not one payment. Uh, never straightforward. I think because we're outsiders, we're expected to go like this. No, it's not. There's a lot actually to discuss. Whether the selling club wants a sell-on clause, the add-ons and all that, never straightforward, really. All right. Looks like it's time to scroll to the very bottom. Let's see. It's safe to say the Premier League title race is over. If he's like, no. Isaac, if he joins Liverpool, he creates more problem for them. Honestly. But I don't know. Maybe I see things differently. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's safe to say the Premier League title race is over. If Isaac goes to Liverpool, we should focus on top four and winning the Champions League. Houston, let's see what happens. I don't believe Liverpool will be bad. They will do well, but I think they will struggle. They're more like in the transition period, especially if they lose Diaz. Lots of problem for them. All right, we're winning, yeah. All right, thank you. Let's see what else do we have here. So update now is that we're still in talks. I think we're serious about signing these two players, and we're not looking back, and that makes me happy. 54 likes of people, 54 people following the show on YouTube, and we're still stuck on 26 likes. Come on, people, we should be doing a lot better than that. In total, 255, but 51 of those on YouTube, rest shared between X and Facebook, whether equally. Kuchila does not know. All right, more likes, people, more likes. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding time to join the show. It is 6:58 p.m. my time. Why is Nightbot not responding? Going AWOL on me? All right, these numbers here, Jorrel Hato, defensively solid. Jorrel Hato would be a great addition. He will. An excellent player. Best under 20 fullback across Europe's top 7 leagues. So it is not just Chelsea. It's not just at the Dutch league. Across Europe's top 7 leagues. Number 1, defensive duels won. Number 1. Yeah, he beat, when we compare his numbers to that of Cucurella, he did beat Cucurella in that particular metric. Aerial duels. I told you guys he has a good leap in him. Number 1. Aerial duels, the totality of aerial duels, number 1. Aerial duels won, number 1. Touches, number 1. Passes, number 1. Passes completed, number 1. Short passes, number 1. Short passes completed, number 1. Passes into the final third, number 1. Accurate final third passes. Dang it, the kid is good. Number 1. No wonder why we're hell bent on getting the deal over the line. This is Maresca's typical type of player. I'm just happy that, yeah, I think we're getting that deal done. Because I did read a particular report that said something to the effect of the disparity between how much we're offering and how much they're asking isn't too much. So, which is usually a good sign. Oh, okay. You've been paying attention. So let me try again with the help. So more likes, people, more likes. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. 28 likes, you can do a lot better than that. If you haven't, take a second, drop a like on the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Wow. See why it is nice to be open-minded. So Mikhail was correct. the short commands, the up the Charles, keep the blue flag flying high, COYB triggers it for real, just like Mikhail said there. And after Mikhail did all those, and I did the help, and I triggered the help the help what's it called, the help command. It worked. Wow, thank you, Mikhail. That's why it's nice to be open minded, really. But I appreciate that. So Jorrel Hato, I'm happy. What a signing, and we've been strategic. I wanted us to be strategic this transfer window, and we are, honestly. And I don't mind if we can be solid defensively and have good 2 6s pairing in the 6 areas that will shield or screen our defensive line effectively. Then I'm not too concerned about Robert Sanchez making too many mistakes. And I'm still going to stick with what the manager said, that, yeah, he's the sort of person, the sort of goalkeeper that will make a lot of saves to help you do well than make enough mistakes to help you not do well. That's not, again, I can't remember the exact words that were used in that quote. So if I misquote the manager, please do let me know. What kind of name is this? And I don't think you don't want to say anything. You just want your name to show there. All right, Raheem Sterling. So this reads, Napoli are making a frequent contact of a Chelsea winger, Raheem Sterling. And I think we did address a particular report. Was it a few days ago where suggests that Nottingham Forest, no, okay, Nottingham Forest are interested in signing, what's his name? Christopher Nkunku, which I don't think will happen. I think Nkunku probably, I think he'd prefer going back to Germany, specifically Bayern, in my opinion. I don't think he would want to go back to Leipzig, in my opinion. What is the Esther with an announcement? I don't think he needs one. I think the only thing we'd see is that our Brazilian youngster arrives, something to that effect, because we've announced him already. But it wasn't a video announcement. I think the last, okay, I wouldn't say Kai Havertz's announcement. I don't think it's better than that of Moses Caicedo that had his mom and him. That's replicating the picture he took in the trunk of a car with his mom by his side while again he was wearing a Chelsea shirt. I think that is the best. But that's by the way. Let's see. So Napoli, please do us that favor. We'd really appreciate that. But probably they'll be penny pinching that Chelsea will say. Chelsea will say, we don't want that. Okay, you're saying people should stop eating meat and be vegan. Okay, I eat meat a lot, so I don't want to be vegan. I'm sorry, but yeah, okay, but I don't want to read your name like that. It'd be like this is a campaign for vegans and not really a sporting channel. Okay. All right, more likes, people, more likes. He will compliment Cuckoo to put in and improve more. And I think, who was that said something? Chances I would see him on the pitch with Cuckoo on the pitch, actually, because usually the way we play, in most cases, actually, the application is usually with a back three, actually. But yeah, what's happening here? Gosh. Yeah, I'd be shocked if we finish the show with this system performing seamlessly. It always has one issue or the other. All right, let's see. Good afternoon to you. Oh, Chairman One, where have you been? The lady of the house. That's how long, really, Chama? But nice to see you. I hope things are okay on your end. It's been a minute. Hopefully, the case is that you've been busy. If that's it, I'm happy for you. Bills don't pay themselves, Choma. But nice to see you, Norma. Choma, Norma. Besides a goalkeeper, what position should we improve? None. I think we're good. But you don't know until the season starts. But I think we have a we have a very good squad, and we've been strategic with our signings. Some Chelsea fans didn't want João Pedro, but the directors knew exactly what they were doing. And he came in, he made an instant impact. Then people realized maybe that taught our fan base to respect our directors, sporting directors, and let them do their jobs. So the goalkeeping position, I think that's it. If we can sign one more goalkeeper, and I'm not saying Robert Sanchez is a bad goalkeeper, he has just one problem. That single problem being lapses in concentration. He, in terms of distribution, long pass is he's excellent at it. We knew that even before he came to Chelsea. But short passes is where there's always a risk of him making a mistake. But it looks like he's improving, and you don't sell you again. He's an excellent shot stopper. Don't get me wrong. Just that lapses in concentration, which has reduced significantly. And he started towards the end of the season, from mid-season to the end of the season, and in the Club World Cup, maybe. And I heard we've changed. I think was this staff that said we changed the goalkeeper trainer. Again, he comes off of again, he comes off his line always to orchestrate high claims, which has helped us, which have helped us tremendously in dealing with a set piece situations. We had serious issues with that. So keep him, but that doesn't mean if we get an opportunity to sign another goalkeeper, that's what big clubs do. Let the new goalkeeper come in, compete with him. It's really that simple. Raheem's wages are 300K per week, add up to 15 million a year. At what price can we set to not worsen PFA? Here's the thing, here's the thing, Mikhail. I knew we were in trouble once. We had to learn from his camp. We learned from his camp that he was deemed surplus to requirement, right? And the report we addressed that was from his camp at that time read something to the effect of Raheem is here, something to the effect of Raheem is here at Chelsea to win trophies, and his plan is to stay and help Chelsea win trophies. He's not looking to leave. Let me interpret that. Let me translate that. Okay, you want Raheem gone? He's gonna leave, but it's gonna be up to you. Raheem is not looking to leave. If you want him gone, calculate the total amount you owe him in salary and pay him. Then it'd be bye, Felicia. And they knew exactly what they were doing. And I realized at the time that we're in deep doo-doo. Why? He's not getting any younger. He doesn't look like he's excited to play anymore. I don't think he's playing it to impress whoever is the current again Thomas Tuchel right now. But at the time, he didn't look as if he was playing to impress anybody to get a chance to represent England again. That was when I knew that we're in trouble. Yep, he's not in a hurry to leave. If he was like, let's say, in his early 20s or mid 20s, you could argue, you could say with the with again, if he wants to get a chance to represent England, then he'd take a pay cut, go where he'd be playing week in, week out. But he doesn't freaking care. Let him prove me wrong. That I knew at the time that we're in trouble. How quickly his camp released that statement, I knew we went with that. Yeah, we're in deep doo-doo, and that's the case right now. A lot of money involved. So if we say, okay, come, how much would you like us to pay you so that you can just pack your shit and go? It's not going to be cheap. And his situation made me think about, that's a saying in my place, like my birth country, again, as an Igbo man. Okay, I'll say it. Set a fly. I don't know if you've been bitten by one that has bitten you before. It's like a set a fly. Let me just forget it. It would be too graphic, and I have my sister Choma in the house. Let me leave it next time. Maybe I'll say it. This is a Chelsea FC fan channel called Palmer Club. I don't like this guy. Just go back to work and leave me alone, man. I'm saying that we should stop exploiting animals. Okay, thank you for that message. We can animals buying animal products directly causes that. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. You saying that. Let's say, bro, are you a Chelsea fan at all? Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Just slug it out with him. Trevor said, like, I'm fine. I can't complain. You just arrived from work. Okay, welcome back. I hope you had a good day at work. Appreciate you for joining. Hey, to you too. How are you doing? Isaac, I do hope you're doing well. Isaac, not Isaac. Thank you. It's been a minute. Honestly, I've been meaning to reach out to you to see how you're doing, and so that we can plan a collaboration. Actually, tis the season, in my opinion, but you've been busy. You've been releasing quite a lot, and I've been following your channel. Probably I should start leaving comment so that you see that really I've been following you. How do I like the video? Yeah, because we're streaming in vertical format. Press and hold your screen for just about a second. Then you see the options to like, comment, and share. Sorry about that. Apologize. I get that's why we get tons of views when we stream in this format. But yeah, the interaction in terms of the likes usually not high because a lot of people don't know how that works. All right, let's see what else we have here. Raheem Sterling is defiant and yeah, elusive. He and Potter and Poch are constantly on front watch. On front watch, yeah. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's not gonna be in a hurry to go anywhere. He's not getting any younger. Even why go to Saudi Arabia if the culture is an issue for him, or if he just doesn't want to leave his family? So yeah, and if he feels hard done by the club, he would even get not be in a rush to leave even more. So I take the first 33 million, hand it to the man and shake his hand and call it a day. But here's the thing: there's a more economical approach. I think we had that conversation with Dante on the panel that day. He can be going out on loan, and we get some fee. While the you can say I think that's a more economical version actually. One second, one second. Sorry, I set up this place so I can see what my boys are doing. So um yeah, I think that's the more economic approach to this situation. Yeah, send him out on loan, and he has to, and we don't want to play him. If he refuses to go out on loan, then he stays. At some point, maybe he falls into one of the traps that say he breached his contract, then we can terminate it. But I don't think he's stupid. He wouldn't do that. So I think the more economical approach would be send him out on loan, get some fee from his loan, even some percentage of it, I think will mean the whole thing will be again in its entirety will be an L. So I think that'd be a better option. I don't think we would we even give him 33. No, that's a lot of money. Jesus Christ, that's nearly 30%, more than 30% of how much we made in the Club World Cup. And one man takes it and say, bye, Felicia. That's a lot of money, brother. And Chima, you would have changed the layout of the YouTube stream so people listen. We'll change. I have to follow what the algorithm, what the statistics are telling us. I apologize, but we will change. Okay, we're building something special here. Okay, so we'll eventually find a way to cater for everybody, so to speak. Um, yeah, let's see. Goes to show the manager's tactics determine if certain players get exposed or when they get to shine. Yep, I agree with you. I do agree with that. Let's see what else do we have here. Okay, you got it now. Thank you, Chama. I appreciate that for finding a way to ensure you get to drop a like on the video. Yeah, exactly. He's not just money. His money and the city. He just wants to stay in London, and that's it. Yeah, doesn't care what happens. Chelsea update. We're talking about it. No new update. Hato and Xavi Simons was still on it. I think we'll get. Let me again. I'd say certainly we're gonna get the Hato deal over the line. Xavi Simons deal looking promising. Looking promising. But Basit, I have a very dirty mind. God forgive me. Again, I am you there. Cool, bad way, boy. Greetings. I hope you're doing well. Carol, thank you for joining us. But that's by the way. Jesus Christ, I'm a sinner. All right. Okay. I think we have the latest players signed currently. Oh, but for Dijo, sorry. Before I start reading that, I totally forgot you were there. That's because again, I streamed alone for about an hour plus before you joined. I sincerely do apologize. But whenever you join the panel, if I don't call on you to speak, you can actually interject and let me know you have something to
Oh
say.
no,
Okay.
don't
Where
worry,
do you, want to
Kochila.
come in, bro?
All right, so good evening to everyone, and big ups to you, Kochila.
Good evening to you too,
And
bro.
yeah, I've heard a lot of some of the commentary, and I really think that Chelsea fans are so excited. Some of them are skeptical about the strategy we are using in this transfer window. I would like to tell every Chelsea fans that you know what, in the next 4 years, we are still going to be the champions of the world. Don't worry about who is coming in or who is going.
Yep.
And at this current situation, I don't think any player will refuse to play for Chelsea. Nobody can reject our offer. We are running the show right now.
As long
And
as
I've
we
heard
want the person, as long as
we are the world
yeah,
champions. If
we're
the
willing
world
to pay,
champions
yeah.
are calling, who are you to say no to the world champions? We have
Yep.
the bragging right. And I feel like at the end of the day, Xavi Simons and Hato will be joining our football club. Probably they are in a haste of joining us, but as you know, their clubs will try to lick something from our football team, and it makes sense, But we can meet halfway, and if Chelsea have set the target for themselves, and that is the only price they want to go, I wouldn't mind if they don't come in, because even if they don't come in, we've been able to build something, and we are just experiencing the results of what Maresca have been building for the past
I
one
mean,
and a half years or
we
so. So
started again. We started early with the pursuit of the two players in question.
mhm,
So if at the point we feel like it's not going to work, I think we'll pull out and try. You can say
other areas.
go for other options because I'm
Yep.
quite sure there's plan A, B, C, and even D to E. But I
Yeah.
think these two they're looking promising. Hato definitely, I'm certain we're getting that one over the line. Uh, Siemens, I'm not concerned, but at the same time, the longer it takes, because there are a shortage of clubs interested in signing him. Bayern are interested, Arsenal, I heard, are also interested. But yeah, I think let's see if we get them both. Dang it, it'd be for me, in my opinion, 12 out of 10 in terms of the rating. But go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, so as I was saying, it's obviously that they are trying to drag a little bit, the season start. The only problem and something I really don't like is if a player have to join you, they have to come in before the season starts, and we are less than 3 weeks into the league, and if they are unable to come in on time, it's going to affect them like the way it has affected some of our boys over the years. And like, look at Casiedo. When he was supposed to come in on time, he didn't come in on time, and our
And he
game
didn't start
against
well.
West Ham, it was a very horrible game, one of his worst game
Yeah,
in
he didn't
Chelsea's
start well. Yeah.
jersey. Yeah, so I feel like if we have to do something, I trust me, if they are not coming in, we can still go back in the January transfer windows. But I don't want a situation where they will drag it till maybe at the end of the window, and when they are coming in, it will be very too late. So everybody should rest assured. The only player that could have been substituted to Xavi was John Arias, but I feel like I mentioned this guy before. I feel like
For
Wolves.
me, if it's not Siemens, let it be Rogers, who's also
Yeah,
I could traditionally a 10 because that's what I'm paying attention to. They're not your stereotypical wingers. They
but
are
the,
tens.
the the
They're
the
tens.
question is, is Aston Villa going to accept the bid that will be coming in for? Probably they are also going to be tough when it
Yeah,
comes to the price. So looking at it, from every angle. I think some of these teams, when it involves Chelsea Football Club, they just want to blow the prices, which I think is rather unfortunate. But if Rogers will come up cheap, then why not? They can go in for Rogers. He's Premier League proven, and there is no need for us to be worried. And that particular position, I don't really think we have any problem right now because at least we are covered for now. But if we had gotten that Fluminense boy John Arias from Colombia, that guy is also super good, but I think Wolves have signed that dude and it's too late. So at this point I don't think we are in any situation where anybody should be worried about the situation. With the inclusion of Delap and João Pedro, it seems it has brightened our team from nowhere. All of a sudden, we are doing so good. So probably the work that Maresca is doing is taking effect right now, and then everybody should exercise patience. I've heard a lot of people talking about Liverpool buying Florian Wirtz, trying to get Isak. Isak was at Newcastle when we used to, smack them 3-0 and everything. Although he might join Liverpool, and the situation might be a different thing altogether. But hey, we are also having our team. It doesn't matter who is going to sign for Liverpool. I'm not afraid of Liverpool because the way we are playing, if any team there comes to our side or come to Stamford Bridge and they want to go toe to toe with us, we are just going to destroy them like the way we've done to PSG. So everybody should exercise patience. And some of our worries are now being solved. The Sanchez I saw in the final game, if he's been able to come into the next season and replicate the same performance, I don't think we have any issue with Sanchez because I think he has improved so well that probably he might need a backup or maybe he doesn't even need a backup. But if they are also going to look in that area, it's not a bad thing. But at the end of the day, I still think that Xavi and Hato are going to join our football club, and everybody should just exercise restraint. Everything was going to be, perfect for our football club. And also with Sterling, if he's not trying to go to any other club and he want to stay here, although he might be receiving that, I don't know how much he receive every week. Is it 200 or 300? I think is it 200,000
300
a week?
plus.
How much?
300, around 350 or so.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. So if he just want to play hard ball with us, obviously he's getting his retirement, wages. But to me, we have to start looking elsewhere. Let's go to Qatar, let's go to UAE, let's go to Saudi Arabia. Let's, suggest some
Here's where
deals for
that's an
him.
issue. Here's where that's an issue. Um, you don't you force players to go where they don't want to go. And I think for a lot of people learned that the hard way when I think Monaco was offering us, they were offering us a lot of money that AC Milan had on the table for us at the time, but we couldn't. We don't. You don't force a player to go where they want to go, so we had to sell them for a lesser fee to AC Milan
Hey,
because the player,
Coachella,
yeah.
if let's say a team from Qatar has come with a big offer, let's say 400,000 a week, you are going to enjoy a good weather. They are
Mhm.
going to give you a nice, penthouse and everything. Probably he might end up in that place. Or
Yeah,
let's say we
I
can.
don't think if he's gonna get something close to what we're currently paying him to move uh to a country where he'd have to deal with culture shock, probably not move with his family. I don't think he'd listen. It has to be something you can say 100% or maybe 200% increase in wages before
Or
you could say he'd tell his wife, yeah, we have to do this. Look at
or
how
let's
much
say
that
we
they
have
cost.
like three teams. Right now I think we have three teams in California. Why don't we try and, you know, put him in
You
one of
don't.
those teams and
No,
see
you
if
can't force
maybe.
him. Even if you own those teams in question, you can't force him. His
No, it's not like we're
contract.
going to force him though, but
I'm not, but
at
I
least.
understand. It's just making the point, Clan. I understand the point you're making. His contract probably Chelsea is the club he plays for.
Well,
So
right now
yeah.
he has about 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, because I think he signed 5 year deal, starting from the year to 2023 into 2024 or 2022 into 2023. So obviously, even if he still have like 2 years to go, and he decided to stay here, it might affect us. But also, we can just encourage him to take some of these deals. Like if you come to the MLS, looking at your age and everything, you are going to have a very good environment for your family. There is not going to be any culture shock. You get them into the best schools. They are going to assimilate very well into our culture and everything. Then he can come to the MLS. But if he just still want to play in Europe, Italy is a very good place for experienced players, because I know people can go all the way to
I
maybe
hope he
38.
accept the Napoli offer, even if it is on loan. You can say that will help you
But
bring
you know,
down.
Napoli, they normally do the mafia way of transfer. At the end of the day, they will expect us to facilitate some part of the the wages. They will be like, oh, we can
Absolutely.
afford 100,000, so why don't you
You
pay
could
the
argue that's
250?
probably the reason why they want him, knowing that yeah, we will offset his salary, so they're not going to be paying him everything.
Doing that, I think is really unfair. We need to like finally, if Sterling is not going to be part of the coach's plans, and he is going to be here getting the money and everything, then I think they can find a way to solve this amicably so that all parties will be, happy about the deal. But as it stands right now, if he stays here, is going to like cause so much problem. And the rest of the players, I'm just trying to the way things are going, I don't think maybe Jackson will be moving, because it seems like him moving to Manchester United has gone dead. No one is speaking about it. Maybe.
I mean, we still have until September. The transfer window is still open.
Yeah.
It
I
could
don't know
still
if
happen.
Jackson I don't know if Jackson will be moving.
Up
But
to
if
him.
he's also going to be here, that means he has to fight for his position. And I would love it if he becomes a serious person and he start banging in the goals. That way the team will gain some trust for him, and the fans will reconnect with him once more time. And I mean, for Nkuku, I know probably he might move to Bayern Munich or go to Manchester United or even Newcastle. You might not know. So, as it stands right now, honestly, Coachella, I think everything looks good, and we are all ready for for the season. And I strongly believe this upcoming season, no matter what the situation is, we're still going to be at the top four. And if we work extra hard, what will be so nice that you are a world champion, and right after claiming that trophy, you are going to get the Premier League for the first time in how many years? In about 9 years. I think that would be very great. So as it stands, I think our team is in a very good position, and the owners, the sporting directors, and everyone is doing the right thing for us to succeed.
Yeah. All right, thank you so much. Let's give back the microphone to those in the chat, and I appreciate you joining me on the panel and that
Sure.
excellent contribution. So this one, Vince here, my bro, quoting the transfer guru himself, Fabrizio Romano. He reads for Hato, it's a work in progress. My feeling is that this deal will happen also because the relationship between the clubs is very good, and also Xavi Simons, my feeling is the same because Chelsea are working on that. So there's hope. This changes everything. There were reports that some reports came out a few hours ago suggesting that Arsenal could come with an offer. But clubs usually stay away if the player again in question states clearly that he wants to join a particular club. Usually, other clubs don't want to compete because it wouldn't make sense in any way. But let's see what else do we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. Chelsea new signing. We've talked about that. Yeah. And Chama making a great point there. Me or Banfordinho. Ajax cannot say no to world champions. It's really that simple. If Hato want to join us, they Ajax has no right to say no to Hato and the world champion. As long as we can meet their valuation of Hato, the deal will be done. Raheem has an issue with club and fan base, it seems, and so if he feels hard done by, then he will not budge. And he's not 20s, not looking to get a chance to represent England again, in my opinion, until I see otherwise. But right now, yeah, he's not going to be in a hurry to leave. Carlito, nice to see you, Carlito. I do hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining. JC, yep, or Dairy over Garnacho. The kid, do you think the kid will be part of our first team squad? The Aston, is it Aston Villa or Crystal Palace kid? I don't know him. Honestly, I need to do my research. All right, but let's see what else you have here. Starling is a coverage area. He's not in the coach's classroom, so he has to leave. But he doesn't have to. You can't force him out. The only thing you can do is tell him there's a loan offer there. You want to go. If he says no, you can't do anything about it. Really. The only thing is that if by any chance he breaches the contract, then yeah, you can terminate it and say, yeah, you did something there. And part of the contract says you shouldn't do that. But I don't think it is dumb enough. He's that dumb to do that. Yeah, there's no room. Unfortunately, he doesn't care. Big up to you too, Mike and Noom. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. Isn't you there's a 10? No, I think he's more of a winger, in my opinion. Maybe I need to pay attention more. But even at that, go compare. Take your time, compare him to Xavi Simons. Yeah, Xavi. It's either Xavi or maybe Morgan Rhodes. Those more of tens than wingers, versatile players capable of playing on the flanks, but mainly 10. But the 10 I want is Xavi Simons. Off the ball, he's excellent. On the ball, he's excellent. Vision, excellent. He can score, he can create, he can orchestrate defense, splitting passes from our own box. Just make the run, he will see you. He's that good. And it's a good thing that he wants to join us. I still have faith in Jackson. The question is, does Jackson have faith in himself? Would he want to stay? Up to him. And I go with what my bro here, Vic, has said in the chat. I don't think he'd be content with being a third choice striker. He would want to be starting. But that's why, the way we've been streaming for 2 hours now, to be exact. Let's see if News Hunt and Yields are anything we would want to talk about. Only 8 players, 1 possession in the opposition final third more often than Xavi Simons in the Bundesliga last season. I was just talking about his behavior off the ball. This guy is the complete package. Defensively, he puts in the shift. And look at this. He's won a lot of balls in the opposition half. Yeah. Final thought, to be more specific. So he's not just, usually players that are as good as him usually lack defensively. They don't do much defensively, but he has everything. And I'm just happy he wants to come to us. Hopefully we'll be able to get the deal across the line. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Anything else to address? Nothing important. I think probably the most important thing that Fab talked about was that particular report we just addressed. And this one here about João Felix, I feel bad for him. Negotiations between Benfica and Chelsea for João Felix continue. Benfica open to negotiating a permanent deal based on Chelsea's request. So looks like we don't want him anymore because we wanted him to stay, be part of our Club World Cup squad. He wanted to go. Because, yeah, he wants to be playing, but partly, irrespective of how much I like Maresca, I blame him for that. But I don't want to get into that anyway. And we have Smart Matos says that Xavi Simons is a Pep type of player. We're so lucky. We are, honestly. The fact the fact that he wants to join us. He has everything. And I can't stop talking about how usually players, as flamboyant as he is, usually don't do a lot defensively. But he does. I like him. All right, let's see what else we have here. Yildiz is a natural winger. Yeah. So for me, I like it that we're prioritizing Xavi Simons, which means that probably we've looked at our squad and then did realize we need his type of player to have a balanced squad, to not sign, because signing Yildiz would be signing more of the same players. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but we don't really need him right now. We do need Simmons or Morgan Rogers, but I'd rather Simmons. He has a lot more to his game than Simmons. What Rogers has over him is Premier League experience, and that's that. But that's, by the way, nothing new. This year reads, last season Xavi Simons spent around 3/4 of his playing time on the left, 75%, 16% centrally, and 9% on the right. A lot of that time on the left was as a left-sided 10 in a 3-3-2-2. He's versatile, and I love him. And I'm just happy. So if you have any questions, drop it in the chat. I have to go make dinner for my kids. But if you have any questions, put it in the chat. I'll be happy to address it. Except if you ask a difficult question, I'll pretend I cannot see it. But for anything else you want us to talk about, while we wait to see if the audience asks us a question.
Yeah, as it stands right now, I think we've talked about everything, and so far so good. I would say that the league is about to start, and we seems to have all the players we need in our fold. And if there is something that we need to do, I probably think we can do more about the defense area. We still need a center back, and I also feel like the midfield looks good, and the forward area we still need some few players. If things are not going to work the way we want, we can also try and bring in one more attacker. I was thinking about Boniface of Leverkusen. If we could get that guy, at least he's close to Osimhen. So if you don't get Osimhen and you can get Boniface, that would be good. And you will shift Joao Pedro to the outer, parts of the field. So I think there are so many things the owners can do in terms of the transfer window, and I still think that we have a lot of advantage going into this season, especially winning this big trophy. It's a huge plus for our team. So far, so good, and I think I'm so happy about what is going on. All right,
Yeah,
Potila.
I think. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you, bro. I appreciate you finding time to join me on the panel. I think that attacking area, central area, not an area. I think we're packed actually, except if Jackson leaves. If Jackson leaves, actually, I wouldn't mind Boniface, but I don't think we'd sign him. He's said openly that again he would want to play in the Spanish Liga, not in La Liga, not the Premier League.
Well,
Yeah,
players can say something like that. Present
there are there are
the
other
project to
factors
him.
too. His age, I think he should be 28
Yeah.
now.
He could change his mind. But even if we don't get Boniface and we can get any striker out there, I think that person can come in to fight for the position with the lab. And Jao
And
Pedro
let
will
me
be
say this: even
the
if we lose Jackson and end up not signing another striker, I'm fine. Honestly,
yeah,
that's me.
that one
Yeah,
too also makes sense because you can
yeah,
still have Jao Pedro and Delap in the same game and
yeah.
it will work.
And
So
I'd
yeah,
rather Pedro operate centrally than on the flanks.
yeah,
He's more
that
dangerous.
will also
Yeah,
work. Yeah.
yeah. All
All
right.
right. So big up to
Thank you so
all
much, bro.
the
I
listeners and
appreciate you.
everyone. No
All right.
problem, Priscilla.
All right. God
Enjoy
bless.
your weekend.
You too. You too. He has everything. He's a blend of David Silva and Sane, skill, explosiveness, and versatility. Yep. I couldn't define it any better. That's exactly who he is, and I love him. Again, I'm happy that we're pushing to sign him. I think we've realized the importance of a player of his mode maybe, because we need balance. No, Garnacho. No means no. All right, my question is what's on the my question is what's on the menu? Okay, I will improvise tonight. Okay, now we had what's called vegetable soup, prepared in a manner you can use it with what we call eba. or swallow, or you can use it with rice, boiled rice. So I will improvise. I'll make boiled rice, and then we use the vegetable soup to eat it. So are you happy now? Are you gonna go back to work and leave me alone? All right, if I read this one, we're done. Simons is a versatile player, or even as a right-sided playmaker. His flexibility would give Maresca more tactical options, especially in time matches where Chelsea need a creative spark, and he reduces the creative burden on Cole Palmer. I both probably a lot of times will be on the pitch together, but if Cole Palmer for any reason, you can say isn't available for selection, we're good, and vice versa, if that makes sense. Let's see if Isaac signs for Liverpool, how do we level up? I'm not concerned, honestly. He creates more because they already have a Kitike, right? He creates more problem than a solution. It's really not that simple. If they sign them, and except if they're still going to depend a lot on the old guard, if the plan is to integrate them as the season progresses, then practically they're in the transition period, and it's never straightforward. Except if the manager forfeits the integration of new players and focus on using the established heads to continue doing well, then it's not going to be an issue. But I can bet a buck that, yeah, if they sign Isaac, he's going to be creating more of, again, he's a good player, but they're getting more problem than a solution immediately. With time, everything will eventually fall into place and they'll all start performing. But yeah, it's going to be a huge problem. But that's my opinion anyway. Good night to you too, Chama. Thank you for joining. One day, I appreciate you. And Steve Igman, Chelsea should go all out for Kenan Yildiz. A lot of Chelsea fans like him. And he says, Great to Morgan Rogers goalkeeper Hato, tell Chelsea recruitment teams we need to be ready for Arsenal. They are about to. Yeah, we'll see. Listen, I'll talk with my boss this evening and then I'll tell him everything you said. Simons has a low center gravity, like somebody we know, quick feet, and plays with flair. Similar to Eden Hazard in style, though not yet at that level. Bringing excitement to Stamford Bridge, which fans want. So with that, I think we've come to the natural end of this particular edition of Chelsea News Roundup Show. I appreciate you all for finding the time to be part of the conversation. Simons, thank you. Not Simons, what's your name? Patrick Wadzo Wengba. Nice to see you. I appreciate you for joining. Steve Igben, thank you for joining. Choma yourself. Adam White. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining. And we have Smart Mato. Thank you for joining. Excellent contributions from you. I hope to see you here next time. Graphic user interface, ID crisis. Graphic user interface, you. Thank you. And my bro, Mika. Nice to see you. Who else was here? Markin Neum was also here. All of you, Ryan, Kalito. If I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all. And cheers.
Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shed and crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shed and crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue, through the silence and the roar. Still blue, even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shed and crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Ritz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shed and crew, born for this, I'm still